Team 3's BUSI 405 Final Group Project, Observational Behavior on Recycling. For our final project, we decided to look into people's recycling habits. Is recycling a conscious or unconscious decision? If it's unconscious, how do we raise awareness and transform it into a conscious decision? In 2013, Americans generated about 254 million tons of trash, and they recycled and composted about 87 million tons of this material. This is a national recycling rate of approximately 35%. While this is 7% lower than UNC's average of 42% in 2013, we wanted to test if this percentage could be boosted on campus through various tactics. So we started by monitoring trash cans and recycling bins in the business school. First, we ran a control group without any extra signs, or business as usual. Next, our independent variable groups were divided into 3 tactics. First, a threat. For example, the NSA is watching. Second, a reward, like, you're amazing. And finally, the pursuit of a shared goal, like, save the planet. After conducting the experiment and evaluating the data, our results concluded that none of the tactics actually led to an increase in recycling behavior. Now, while this is disappointing, we believe this outcome demonstrates that when an individual goes to throw away their trash, not separating the recycling is, in fact, an unconscious decision. Now, many things we do on a daily basis are caused by mindlessness, a state with no intelligent purpose, meaning, or direction. This ultimately has its pros and cons. As far as pros, mindlessness is good for quick, in-the-moment decisions, particularly when they are inconsequential. This could be as simple as checking your phone when you wake up. However, the cons are that mindlessness can lead to irrational, impractical thinking and can even be deadly. As an example, something like choosing to check your phone when you're driving. In this case, it's clear that the cons of unconscious decision-making and behavior outweigh the pros, and we argue that unconscious behavior is similarly negative when it comes to disposing of trash. Ultimately, our tactics were ineffective, but looking ahead, we believe that this experiment can be improved. As people are distracted by their day-to-day activities like checking their phones and getting to class, we found that people are likely to miss the signs we posted above the cans. This can be attributed to change blindness, a surprising perceptual phenomenon that occurs when a change in a visual stimulus is introduced and the observer doesn't notice it. Like, for example, when many of us didn't notice the gorilla or the curtains in the ball passing video earlier this year. In the future, we may consider adding additional stimuli, like a voice recording that plays when someone approaches. Maybe something that says, remember to recycle. Other recommendations we have would be to increase the visual stimuli. So in this instance, we used printer paper and black ink, but maybe bigger signs with brighter colors would be more effective. Selective attention is influenced by static and dynamic properties of information such as size, intensity, motion, repetition, novelty, and vividness. The plain signs that our group used for the experiment may have failed to capture these properties and lose people's selective attention. Stanford Business Journal found that when a similar experiment was conducted, urgent negative information, or loss-framed messages, worked best to motivate people to action if clear instructions for recycling were presented. Alternatively, feel-good messages that explain what is accomplished by recycling worked when they were paired with statements about why recycling is important in general. In another study, people expressed more willingness to recycle in the present when the messages demonstrated some kind of loss. On the other hand, they showed more willingness to recycle in the future in response to a message that promises a gain. The results demonstrated that in order to get people to act now, emphasizing the urgency of a problem is most effective. But to get them to act in the future, having them think about the positive benefits of their actions works the best.